fairness na may fit Chris. Sige.
That's before coronation, she had a crown already.
Yes, it's Barbie. Kaya mo ka na lang.
Photo po. 1, 2.
Okay.
Can you just remove the mic ni ano? Para mas malinis. Thank you.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, wait. Thank you.
Last na solo lang po. Here, 1.
Alexie here. Ready, 1, 2.
Yes.
Yeah, she's confidently glowing. That's, you know, the term.
Can I get closer?
For sure. Really body, you know, like in the world. I'm like, how do you maintain this, you know, this body?
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
But it is true kasi like I've been an athlete since I was in my third grade. So syempre, of all those years that I really worked so hard for, I have toned body na sometimes even if I don't work out for 3 months. Kasi during every workout, kasi, you know, we didn't really have much of a time. And I'm still really grateful na of all the years of hard work, it really paid off still. Na parang it was still there. It was so hard. Pero high school or college, I competed for UAP and I made it to the Philippine team. I made it sound so easy to pass, but it was a long journey, especially track. It's not so popular here in the Philippines, so parang it was hard for us, also for the support. But when you really have a dream, you keep going, you keep moving further.
Alexie, I'd like to know, as a national athlete and as Miss Jell, how important is it for you to choose what you put inside your body, what to take, and how do you choose it?
So it's very important. It reflects so much of you as a person. Like the food you eat will result somehow the performance or the level of performance you give. So it's just like the vitamins or the things that you take in will later on have a result. So you always make sure na parang you're careful of what you're eating, what you're taking in your body. Kasi somehow, you know, sooner or later it would have an effect. So you'd rather have a good effect in your body. So it's very important.
So how good is Jell life to your body?
Make me glow. They're all talking about I've been confidently glowing today.
Confidently glowing. That's
Especially the past couple of days that I was sick, and I made sure I take your life still. So even when I was sick, I was still glowing.
Huwag niya kukulan na, may coach pa sa kanya. Kasi nag-ano sila, because their schedule is very hectic, it helped that Jell life was also very convenient. Anytime, anywhere.
yeah, easy.
We bring it lang anywhere.
Easy open.
So the start na is going to no? My first question, of course, kay Ma'am Crystal.
So, ikaw walang question and answer with me. Yeah,
So
no
my first
problem.
question, how does partnership with Miss Universe Philippines platform, of course, help your brand?
Oh, well, aside from, you know, like I have the same advocacy with Miss Universe Philippines, like uplifting women, celebrating women, they help the brand well, you know, like they have the reach. They're the best pageantry in the country. So, I mean, why not? It's a win-win situation on both stakeholders. Yeah.
So of course, expect like natin yung Jell life by next year.
Most probably,
Most
definitely.
Miss Crystal, meron bang special duties and responsibilities si Alexie at Miss Jell life?
It's easy, you know, like she's, you know, like the brand already as it is. She knows how to do her own content. She knows, we've been talking kanina, like before going down. She knows what to do. I don't even need to, you know, like tell her what to do because she's just so prepared. Even I think, you know, like on the coronation, well, everybody, all the delegates were stage ready. But I think, you know, like Alexie was really very ready.
Ito, Alexie, I wanna ask this question. Kasi the Miss Jell life title comes with a 300,000 peso cash prize.
Sana kami naman.
Alexie Brooks, what do you intend to do with the 300,000 peso cash prize that came with the special Miss Jell life title?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go home and go treat my grandma out. She
Aw,
missed me.
Lola Bassett.
Yeah. I haven't been home for a while now, and yesterday she called me and she was crying. She's asking me when I'm going home. So I'm going home next week for my homecoming, and I'll probably treat her out with some of her favorite foods. She didn't really ask for much, but helped my grandma, my family. Yun lang. She's very
Speaking of going home, of course, you will have a homecoming parade this June 12th. So can you tell us more about it?
Independent. 11, actually on the 11.
11?
11, yeah. We have one in the city, and I heard sa 12. We have also one in Leon, in the town I came from. So everyone's so excited, and I am very excited myself. I can't wait to see and meet all my people. I know na parang they've been there to me all throughout my competition and my career, and I'm really happy. I'm really grateful na I'm going home and I get to feel the warm welcome again and the love of my fellow Ilonggos.
Ano ba yung sobrang mong na-miss sa Iloilo?
Food, actually. Kasi Iloilo kasi it was, it won the UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy. So everything there, the food there is amazing. And I love me some batchoy, so I'm probably gonna get a batchoy when I go home right away. But of course, I miss my friends and the people, and just a feeling of your home. It's still different, but food is number one on my priority.
You know,
I know how to cook. I know how to cook.
Kasama yung sa answer mo sa Miss Iloilo, di ba?
Yeah.
Naging gastronomic
Creative City of
yung Iloilo.
Yeah.
What do you love to cook, Alexie?
Well, my favorite, probably adobo. I had one last night. I cooked some adobo. And if Ilonggo, siguro, we have this one we call KBL. Parang there's a beach.
Adios,
Yeah, and I grew up eating it talaga, so it's really so good. But right now, during MVP, we had diet, so I just probably eat some pasta or some anything just to survive the day.
How do you cook your adobo?
Adobo. I like my adobo sweet.
Ah.
Yeah, so Ilonggos are so malambing, you know.
She's malambang. She's very malambang.
I like my adobo sweet, or sometimes it can be spicy. Depends on the mood or the day. Like rainy weather is probably really sweet adobo.
Thank you.
Alexie, what is the biggest lesson you've learned, of course, from your Miss Universe Philippines journey?
That growing up, I thought pageantry was just a platform for beauty, and joining there and getting to talk to all the girls, knowing their story and knowing how the organization ran the competition, I realized that MVP is not just pageantry. It's like a place where you can really create a massive movement, and that you can't only be heard, but that you can be a voices to people. So it's one of the biggest things that I sacrificed, which I didn't regret. And right now that I'm in the position of empowering people or inspiring people, I'll continue to do the same thing, whether with the crown or without the crown.
Ang ganda mo.
Beautiful. Walang nasabi. Ang ganda mo. She is.
So how do you feel that you're now a full-fledged beauty queen? I mean, you were known as an athlete before, now beauty queen. How is that feeling?
Well, I was telling Miss Crystal kanina na parang ever since I was a kid, I had a dream to join beauty pageant. Though I didn't understand why pageantry, but now as I get older, I realize the power it holds, the platform. And it's very fulfilling na parang there's something that you've been working hard for so long. And not only that it turned to reality, but you were in the position talaga na you did not only change your life, but the life of the people around you. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity that MEPH gave to me to, make my dreams come true.
So this is your time for resting. You're not really training yet. I mean, after all the activities.
Well, they call it resting. For me, I still continue to do what my routine is. Kasi I'm the person talaga who have a routine. So in the morning, I love me to watch some news, read some books, do some reflection and things. And I think that's what makes me ready all throughout the year. Because I didn't just prepare 3 months prior to the competition. I had a dream ever since I was 12, and ever since then I knew that if I made it out there, I can't lose, or I can't just, be in the position that I don't know what I'm doing. So I educated myself way early. And right now, it's just a part of my routine, always educating myself.
I'd like to know if you have any special message to Miss Pangging and Miss Sarah from the Iloilo Dinagyang Festivals Foundation.
To Tita Pangging and Tita Sarah, well, I'm really excited to see them. I haven't seen them for a while, and I know that they're excited to see me. I just want to say thank you for their support and for their love towards me. I can't wait to go home and give them a big hug. So Tita Sarah, kita lang magpuli ko.
Of course, last, of course, as a Miss Eco International Philippines, have you researched na ba about the pageant?
Well, I did some few research kasi parang last week nga I got sick. So I was not able to really use much of my socials. I don't know if you guys noticed. Kasi I was not okay, so if I use my phone, it's giving me headache. But I did some research, and Kathleen Paton, we worked together for A6 way back 2020. So parang we were friends talaga. So when I did my research and I knew that she won, it's good thing na parang I have a friend already who I can ask more about the competition, and I'm willing to, of course, always educate myself and do my research more.
When you learned that Kathleen was winner and you worked for her with A6, did you feel that it was a sign of something special?
Only up until the final night when they gave to me the Miss Eco crown that everything was somehow aligning. Na parang all the people that I met and I knew had to do with wherever I am right now. So parang instead of me feeling the other way, I just thought, maybe this was redirection for me.
Last
Thank you.
question.
Anytime.
Miss Krista.
Yes.
We're all hungry.
Last
We're
na
all
lang.
hungry.
Last na lang, be. Ma'am, yung screen mo, nag-glow sa phone ko. Aside sa Jell Life, of course, Jell Life. Anong sikreto mo?
Well,
Sa
aside from Jell Life, it's really, like the treatments that I get from my own Villa Medica. Of course, like I always, at least once or twice a week, I really go and do my treatments
How
in
about the
Villa
food?
Medica.
Mapili ka ba sa food?
Well, not really. On an empty stomach, when I wake up in the morning, I take my Jell Life. That's the truth. And
Grabe yung
two
skin
at
mo.
night. Thank you.
Literal na glowing. Anyway,
Thank you so
laps
much.
na.
Thank you. LSS come na sa jingle ng Jell
That was
Life.
the goal, sorry. Subjective ranking and memorability.
Chelsea, Mataya, and Alex from Laguna. I really can't. I mean, all different personalities and all parang I get along with. Like Mataya, she's the most jolly one in there. So I have days that I have so much energy and I go to her and talk to her about sports because she does track also. Si Chelsea naman, we've known each other for at least 5 years now, 6 years. So parang different conversation also. And si Alex from Laguna, and we're pretty close. It just clicked right away. But we had a shoot for Surge. And she spoke to me about Iloilo, something like that. And next thing I know, we were so close. So 4 of us, Super Bowl. We have a group chat, we always send memes there.
Until now.
Until now. And they're planning to hang out tonight, something like that. But then I said our schedule was full. Before Matthias and I was back in Florida. But I don't know when she's going back in here. So I've been in Manila for 5-6 years now. And I joined Mercator kasi before when I moved here. So I was doing modeling. And Chelsea was also doing modeling at the same time. She was just ahead of me in the industry. So yeah, but she was just a year, siguro 2 years ahead of me. So syempre, if you're new, and she approached me first, so it kind of felt good na parang you already know someone in the industry. So when I joined MVP and I saw that she was there, I was, day one, she was one of those girls that I was talking to. Kasi syempre, you don't know everyone pa, you don't know how to start a conversation. So I'm happy that Chelsea, she won and I'm happy for her. And also that I'm happy na parang I've seen her grow as a woman and as a friend. I'm really happy. So when she was announced the winner, it wasn't just a win for her, it was all the win for us. Kasi parang when you know someone and then you see them succeed, it makes you happy. I was happy.
Kasi di ba, ang ano mo talaga is black representation.
It's not just black representation. It's really women. I mean, the only reason why I put that in is because I always get discriminated because of my complexion. And obviously, how many kids out there who have the same complexion like me that is also going through what I'm going through? So if I don't talk about it, who will? So I decided to, talk about it. And when we talk about it, we're slowly educating people about, what they can say or what they can't talk about and so on. So parang, even when people saying that I keep saying the black girl, the black girl, the black person, a black woman, it's because I went through so much discrimination through it. And I'm in the position that people is listening and I can inspire and change. So might as well talk about it. Parang ayun. Pero it's not just focused on the colored people. It's also just focused on women empowerment. Abansi babae. So yeah. Things. Instead of them learning, they instead neglect it or hate it. So it's hard because I was the first, but also at the same time, if that means that I'm creating a way to those who's gonna follow me, it makes me feel better.
Very well said, Miss Julie.
Echo team.
Parang Q&A pa rin.
Isn't it like,
No.
Ako. Kasi may dapat camera
Even
pa rin.
Celeste Cortez is a woman of color. Because, she's not pure Caucasian.
So,
Alex-
napagsabihan na ba si...
Dominated societies. She can refer to herself as a woman.
Alexie, every time you speak, no, parang you're full of wisdom, no? Saan kang muhugot ng ganon? I mean, oo.
I mean, as sad as it sounds, but when you went through so much pain in life, it teaches you so much lesson. And it comes authentic, it's very authentic rather. It's because you go through it and you feel everything. And if you stay in the moment and find a way to get out of things, then, I mean, I didn't have no parents growing up. So no one was really out there was trying to help me. So even my grandma was surprised when I started speaking because no one really knows what type of person I am. I'm always in my room crying because of people hurt me or bully me and on. So parang I was telling Mom kanina na parang, it's not your fault if you were born in that specific area or you was born that way, but it will be your fault if you die, you didn't change your life. So knowing na parang I didn't had no access to proper education before because we was poor, the only thing, I mean, education is free, right? So I could always get a book and read it. I could always talk to people and know the lessons and everything. So there's a learning to everything. You just need to take time, be patient, and educate yourself. Yeah. I think we barely really talk, but yun yung sabi ko. Kasi, when people hurt you, it's so easy to hurt them back. So easy to say the same thing they're telling you. And it's always so hard to say the good thing. But she'd always tell me na parang, yun nga, no matter how many times people would hurt you or throw pains or words and degradation towards you, never give them back the same pain. And growing up, how can I stand up for myself if I don't do something? But I realized it's not all the time that how you do it is hurting people or doing the same thing. So parang, it was so hard. Imagine, someone hurt you. Someone is probably punching you already. You just stand there and take it. So when she told me that never give them back the same pain, you take whatever people is doing and you change them maybe eventually one day. When they see that regardless of what they did to you, you still stay kind. And one day maybe they'll learn their lesson and that's when change happens and impact happens. But in an authentic way.
Perfect
Are you planning of
spokesperson,
having
no?
a podcast soon?
So
Yeah,
a lot of people
no,
telling me
I
to
mean,
podcast.
she's the perfect spokesperson for Jell Life, Can't say anything.
Promise.
So, nasa na itong mga bully mo dati?
Yeah, I was telling her nga kanina, maybe you can enter politics, right?
Successful.
Yeah.
Life coach.
Parang I was asked na parang movie or I mean a movie or a book.
Show.
Because I love to read books all the time, so I would want something that I can keep or people. When you hold it because you carry it, it's different than just it's on your phone.
Ano pa sinasabi yan yung reading? Turn you on to reading. You keep mentioning that. Being open, just reading anything. That's because you're young so akala ko, ano ba na?
Well, I always get bullied for they call me stupid growing up because I always had the 70 grades. Kasi I had no one to teach me. So parang I didn't know how to communicate well in English kasi in Iloilo we speak naman the local dialect. Even Tagalog was so hard on me. So parang no one's gonna help me. So one day I go to school and then a teacher said, "Oh, you're about to fail if you don't study well. We're gonna fail you." And I'm so scared. My grandma wanted me to finish school. So I went to the library and I hated reading. I hated library, I hated all those stuff. I went there and I saw the very first book, I forgot the title, but it has something to do with life story or something. And I got it, I was reading 2 pages, I fell asleep, but then I told myself, you need to read the book. And I finished it, and after then, I realized, there's a lot of lessons pala. I thought books na parang, the numbers or the science and all, and I realized that there's different varieties and lessons to learn, and that's when I became obsessed. And when I was 15, I met my first mentor, Rishi. She was Australian, Malik's sister actually. So she was doing good in her business. She's a businesswoman also. She was like a woman at 30 under 30 at those times. And she told me, she gave me my first book. Actually, I was 15. She gave me Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I read that book and it changed everything.
I have a perfect program for you to see the children. There is a program.
You're not stupid. Sometimes you just don't want to learn that thing or it's not your forte. And they asked me what course do you want to get, and I said I don't know what I want. But then when I was 15 and I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I said, maybe something related to business. And that's when I got marketing, and I realized that oh, maybe I was not that bad. Maybe it's not just what I wanted to know, to learn, to focus on. And that's when I feel more confident and I feel more knowledgeable and things and so on. So I felt like if we let kids decide the things that they want and help them focus on it, that maybe we can really help them more out. I mean, not everyone is into books, not everyone is into sports. So if they like something, then we just support them.
Alexie, nagiging gay icon ka na ha sa mga Miss Gay. Ang dami ko nakikita sa social media na
Yeah, I
ikaw na
see
yung kinagaya. Of course, Pride Month,
Pride
any
Month.
message to our
Well,
family.
I
we
will
message.
Maganda. That's a good
Yeah,
question. Good question.
Okay, and ready na kayo guys. Ready?
Titingin ka dito, Mia. Okay. Nakshi ha.
But
Go.
yeah, as a proud member of the LGBTQ, seeing them na parang they do the hair as I have, or they say the word bouncy babae, and everything that they do that has to do with me, it makes me feel like I feel more inspired, and I feel like I need to do more for them. Kasi it's just a simple gesture of them doing what I'm doing. But if you think about it, it's an impact that you made on these people's lives. And you make them happy, and you keep them entertained, and you give them joy. And them doing those things makes me feel happy also. So I'm really happy, I'm really grateful. And I want them to know na parang they have someone who can be a voice to them and can support to them. The only thing that I can do right now is be a voice to these people, be the voices for them. And I am here for it, and I'm willing to help them. Really willing to push more, break more barriers, and I really hope. And also, it's Pride Month, so I really hope that we respect other people's regardless of who they are, and that doesn't make them less if they decided to choose a different path. The best thing we can do for them is to give them safe spaces or be an active ally to these people. So I really hope that we support them. Because if you see other people being themselves and they're happy, I don't think you can hate that. Just support.
Yeah.
2019 siguro, 2020, I had long hair, diba? And I was doing modeling, and basically that was my branding, my hair. And I got into an accident, and it needed my hair to be shaved on the side kasi may sugat niya. So it needed to be shaved para hindi dumikit yung, basically the hair in the one. And next thing I know, my coach told me na parang, change your hair. But it was so hard for me kasi parang I was so confident with my long hair tapos biglang short hair that I felt so insecure. And it took me at least 6 months to 8 months before I could post on my social media. And I thought na parang it made me less as a person, or as Alexie, as a woman, I realized that your appearance is one thing, but really what you have inside that can make impact to people. So when whenever we had interview and they said about Zuzibini Tunzi, I don't know how to explain that I'm really not imitating her. I love her so much. I saw all the things that she did and amazing. But for me, my hair was short because an accident happened.
Yun pala.
Yeah, and
There's a story behind.
My God.
But I didn't say that kasi parang before I was not ready. It's not all the time you share everything.
Everything is right.
Yeah, so I got into an accident and it took me at least 8 months to build up the confidence until I started owning it. And I realized na parang, okay, this makes me look different. And maybe I want to be different. And it's not all the time kasi we see women with short hair.
I know.
And sometimes we get intimidated. But for me, I was still the same Alexie, just different. So yeah, and I maintained it. Some would tell me to make it longer, some would tell me to change the hairstyle. But because I express myself that way, and I'm happy, and I'm confident, so why not just listen to your heart and what you want?
And then, of course, lagi mo sinasabi na na-discriminate ka because of your color, no? And then, ganito, ganyan. Kailan mo na-realize na ang ganda-ganda mo?
That's true. Kailan nga?
I know some days when people call me pretty, I still don't believe it. Because if you grew up, people telling you the opposite, sometimes you let it become your reality. So the goal was to never be the prettiest girl in the room, but to be the girl who created more impact. So sometimes when someone tells me I'm pretty, of course you say thank you and all, but sometimes I still doubt.
I was telling her that kanina, and she was just smiling at me and laughing, and I'm like, seriously, you are beautiful.
I mean, if someone said
So
beautiful
glowing.
inside, yeah, but sometimes. But thank you though. Of course, I really appreciate it.
Tapos yung mata niya, no, Asian na Asian.
Yes.
Pinagsamang Asian, tapos black. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hindi, happy birthday, Randy.
Randy?
Randy.
Randy. Hi Randy, happy birthday to you. I wish you all the best, God bless you, and I hope I see you soon.
Grabe yung feeding program. Yes, as well.
Pwede ka na ng walking in ang gusto mo sa mga The famous Alexie Brooks po.
Hindi na ako iikot. Okay lang.
O ano?
Pak!
Gusto din namin yun.
Ikot ka daw ng tatlo.
Kain ulit.
Sorry, te.
Sige, saan? Ha? May speaking lines. May dialogue. Introduction.
Wala ng mic.
It's all about yours.
Galing.
Ano no? Bigla ako napilok. Alexie Brooks, Jell Life Philippines.
One more.
Kailangan naman lang yung
Okay.
Sige, backwards lang po tayo ng konti.
Mima! Atras daw, Mima.
Ito, paano?
Alexie May Kaimosu Brooks, Miss Jell Life.
Last one, last one. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alexie May Kaimosu Brooks, Miss Jell Life.
Silpin mo camera dito.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alexie May Kaimosu Brooks, Miss Eco International, Philippines. What's yung boses? Thank you.
Sige.
How do I win?
Gusto yun.
The press
Okay, this is the life. This is the life. This is the life.
This is
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
This is the life. This is Jell Life.
Itong mga
Isa pa! 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is the life. This is Jell Life.
branding is up.
More space po to ilan square.
Isang photo lang po.
Looking at the center.